All right, so I had this demo for a while, and I didn't look too much into it. I didn't have the MIDI settings right, which I'm just going to go over real quick because this thing is absolutely amazing. It almost feels like cheating. Um, as long as you get your global settings right and everything, if something's not working, it's just in here, and you just got to kind of match it up to your actual Rev 2. And the way I look at it, if you got enough to buy a $2,000 synthesizer, I mean, this for 60 more bucks, this thing is completely worth it. But I have an init patch on the Rev 2, so I'll receive all. I'm not really going to make a patch. I just kind of want to go over the amazing things this does and how much easier it makes it. So first thing is, yeah, obviously you can just use your mouse to change parameters like the cutoff, but one of the biggest things for me is I love to use the gated sequencer. That's huge. So you can go to gated edit, and then you get this screen, which you've probably seen before. It was in Loop Pop's video and stuff like that. So maybe I'll like sync something. Let's do type. Let's do no gate. All right, and then I'll take the gated sequencer and I'll modulate frequency of oscillator 1 and just kind of randomly go. Like I said, it's not, I'll make some other videos making some patches. I just sold some modular gear, so kind of getting back. I always loved the Rev 2. It's my favorite one, but with the modular stuff, I spent so much time with all these issues, so it's been nice selling it and just getting back into the good stuff. Sounds retarded. Anyways, so now I'll play a note. So oscillator 2 is C1 and oscillator 1 is C2. Oscillator 2 is C1. Sorry, I got that backwards. Now, the really cool thing about the gated sequencer is once you get it, your destination's right there. Look, like, it's not going to sound good, but I can change it to 2. I mean, you could adjust it and make some weird shit, but, I mean, it's amazing. And then your modulation sources are so quick and easy. So let's make an LFO. Look, quick. LFO. So I want to make LFO1 the cutoff, right? So I'll go to the cutoff, do the amount, do the frequency, turn it down. Yeah, it's on. Okay, so if I wanted to use some aftertouch, go over here, whatever, but we'll just make the source the pressure, which is the aftertouch, and then we will do LFO1 frequency. So I'm just pressing down a little bit harder, obviously, but how quick it is to change these things. When I was walking my dog back, I was like, this is too good to be true. It's so, because it's not too much of a pain to hit these buttons and go through the Rev 2, but this is so much faster. It's night and day. And I have different synthesizers that have librarians and, plugins like this. 100%, this is the best one. And maybe it's because it was made from someone besides the company and they, I don't know, maybe took a lot of pride in it and they were like, let's make this thing, the baddest thing ever. In my opinion, it's if you have a Rev 2, you have to get it. I just can't believe how good it is. And I wrote it off. I mean, I had the demo, and I didn't have the MIDI hooked up right, and I just didn't really mess with it. For your banks, you can choose. So if you want obviously, a bright lead, you can choose a bright lead, or keys, or organs, or strings, or motion, or whatever you want, and it'll come up with all these sounds because, as we all know, the Rev 2 has tons of presets. And I always tried organizing them in a way like I would have U1, um, 4 would be my favorite sounds, and then the other 3 would be, stuff I made. But this makes it so much easier. It's incredible. Um, so you could go back from banks, and then you can go back to so you have your oscillator section, kind of like the meat of it, right? You got the clock, arpeggiator, and you got each A and B. Um, you can do your unison, split it, all that. You can change the pitch bend. Another really, I think, important thing about this is that there's parameters on here that you had to menu dive before that now is a click of a button, like note reset for the oscillators. It's just a click now. So tons of stuff like that. Also with the arpeggiator and stuff, it's easier when you can see it, in my opinion. When you're not having to click through the menu, when you're like, okay, yeah, 2 octaves, I'll go random or whatever it may be. Sequencers the same way. The poly sequencer is very similar to Arturia's. So you just can draw in the notes and make a sequence. But it's amazing. Like you can change. So we'll look at the low pass filter envelope. You can actually see it, which is always helpful. I always like that about like what is it? Wavetable in Ableton. It's nice to see the envelope sometimes. But yeah, amazing plugin. I highly, highly suggest and I just realized I recorded all this, I think, without, no, I got the sound in there. Oh, it scared me for a second. You make a video and you're like, fuck, I didn't put the actual audio in. Anyways, so if you have a Rev 2, get this thing because it's badass, and just wanted to make a video on it because I try to make videos on things that I wish I had seen. Like I made one for my Subsequent 37 LFO delay. I couldn't find one on a good delay, so I made one. So I couldn't really find a good video for this plugin / you can get as an editor too. So yeah, just wanted to make a video. I hope this maybe will help someone out. And if you get it and you watched it, let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching.